Alrighty then, my little chums, it is I, Daniel, but you may call me the Pop Culture Dude, and I'm a little bit late behind the Sonic Movie 2 news, but hey, like what they said, better late than never. So, for the last couple of videos, I eventually decided to surface on one of the actors who is on set, aka Adam Pally, who plays Wade from the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, who is shown on set where he's patrolling on a small scooter, just being funny and goofy around the town Green Hills, which is a pretty funny clip just to watch. But to be completely honest, they even mentioned that James Marsden, who plays Tom Wachowski in the first film, was shown on set, but there was like no photos or videos. But speaking of videos, we have this very interesting footage, and it's all thanks to Plushie22 Studios, who eventually responds, "Dude, you forgot there was a scene where Wade was flying. I think that was supposed to be Tails lifting him up, but either way, you missed it." Well, I didn't miss it. I just discovered it once when I saw it on the internet, and we could definitely find from this sources that I find this post on Twitter, where we actually get to see an on-set video by this stunt double, who I'm assuming is a stunt double for Wade, who's being carried by a certain CGI character or object nearby the Mean Bean Coffee Machine shop, and we should definitely take a look at this footage right now. Whoa, so let me get this straight. So from what I seen in this on-set video, and I'm assuming it's a stunt double for Wade, and literally where he just says, "Take me with you," he's literally being carried by a crane, and I'm assuming in CGI, it's Tails hanging onto him as he's floating up to the sky, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's kind of remind me for what kits we posted. What if it is Tails trying to drag Wade up to the sky? I mean, there's some other users like Sam Procrastination by thinking, oh, it's probably Lee Mashtube who plays Agent Stone being carried away by Dr. Eggman or Tails. First off, why would it be Agent Stone? I mean, I guess he'll be working at the Mean Bean Coffee Machine by making lattes with steam monster and goat milk, but Eggman has not escaped the mushroom plant at all, so I think that's a little too early. But I'm thinking it's Wade because think about it, you literally saw from the last on-set video where he's riding on the scooter all the way stopping to Mean Bean Coffee Machine, and since Tails appear at the very end credit scenes of the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, where he literally says, "I hope it's not too late," where he zigzags and flies through the town of Green Hills. What if Tails needs Wade's help to guide a way to find Sonic the Hedgehog, and why is he on the search for him? Like, there's no explanation that why needs Sonic for help. Maybe that the planet of Green Hills is actually in danger, or the fact the Echidna tribe is eventually still around, or I don't know, it could be something like he related to his origin, like Longclaw, since she eventually died in the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So if Tails is actually in this scene, like in CGI, I mean, it's kind of given away for what we're gonna expect from the beginning of the movie, but I think that's really interesting. But the weirdest thing is there's still no confirmation of who's cast as Tails. No Colleen O'Shaughnessy or any of the celebrity castings that you guys check down in the comments. So other than that, I just think I'm like, yep, that's Tails. That's gotta be Tails carrying Wade flying up to the sky. And speaking of on-set photos, I eventually just realized that there's a bunch of Sonic Movie 2 on-set photos, mostly found on Instagram, and we definitely find this one that's been taken by WU_Kira, who eventually just posted this kid and this dad that's behind a blue screen. I'm like, wait a minute, blue screen behind the neighborhood? They literally have a blue screen wall that is nearby the Mean Bean coffee shop, and I'm like, wait a minute, so does that mean the CGI elements will definitely be like somewhat implanted to the town? I mean, I'm not expecting like any elements from Sonic's planet to be in the planet Earth, like where the Green Hills town is definitely going to be located in, so I'm pretty curious. I mean, I'm expecting that we are going to see like more explanation of Sonic's planet. I mean, from all of the on-set videos of foes, we definitely see that there's going to be a lot of major scenes, obviously in the town of Green Hills, but also in this police car chase scene that's been taking place in Seattle, and also the snowy mountains with these husky dogs. It definitely gives us like a clarification, and then there's some people in the comments that try to make their own predictions from what could all these scenes mean and why they're all there in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot more action-packed, a lot more adventurous than the first film, so I definitely say I'm like, okay, this sequel has some pretty interesting scenes for us to show once when the trailer gets released or once the movie's done filming. But wait, that's not all. We actually got some more on-set photos which shows the details of Green Hills. Like, for instance, this veterinary clinic. I'm like, wait a minute. Maddie Wachowski is considered to be a veterinarian to protect all small critters, including saving Sonic the Hedgehog's life from smelling salts from the first movie. We even get to see this other interesting on-set photo of this Bolton bird, and we actually see a missing cat, which is basically a possum, and a missing dog that is a wolf. Hopefully it's not mistaken for any of the Huskies, but a bunch of fun activities and donations where it's around Green Hills. But also what's very interesting for what they also add in the town is basically that is this photo that's eventually being shown. It's the Green Hills Legion that has all veterans welcome, which is something that we've already seen. Like, it's the exact same building that has the veteran poster, which is next by the old community movie theater that shows the movie True Grit, but also it shows a little bit of the history. Like, these were the Green Hills Community Theater Center 1905 first show performance. Like, this was the first stage playwright that most of these young kiddies were playing ever since the 1900s in the Great Prairie. And then we got this parking sign that eventually shows the dates and the operation hours that says until April 29th. I'm like, huh, that's odd. I thought it was until April 23rd, but I guess they might make last minute decision changes for like eventually to extend the dates. And we even get to see a more closer glimpse of the Green Hills Town Hall, which we did discover from the last video, so it's really interesting that we got some more buildings and set pieces and details regarding to Green Hills Town, and that's being filmed at Fort Lakely, besides this on-set video where we literally see a stunt double of Wade being carried by a CGI object or a character, and I'm still assuming it's Tails. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll definitely stay tuned for more Sonic the Hedgehog 2 updates, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Bye bye then.